were discussing some advertising.
Jaime Lynn Chesney, account executive at the Post-Gazette.
That would be wonderful.
She is a woman of delicate features,
Bye, Les.
piercing eyes, and elegant hands, seen here pounding away at the computer keys at work. This is what her hands do when she's at play.
You have the jab to set everything up, and the overhand right's so much fun to throw.
And what her hands don't smash, her feet quickly take care of.
There's over 700 pounds of force that could be delivered in a Muay Thai kick.
How did a nice girl like Miss Chesney end up in a place like this?
Grew up in the north side of Pittsburgh. Was one of those kids that were in a lot of street fights.
And it was after a few scraps with some of those bullies that Chesney would make a life-changing decision.
I realized that I can't live in fear. I go into the gym and just absolutely fell in love with it. I had my first fight at 17.
Jaime Chesney!
She won. Chesney continued to fight and do pretty well.
Your winner by unanimous decision, Jaime!
It's not about rage, it's about channeling focus.
And then, like a right cross out of nowhere, life nearly put Jaime Lynn Chesney down for the count.
Well, we lost our home back in September 2014. There was a house fire, and the girls started crying. They said, "Mommy, we just want to go home." And that was one of the hardest things that...
On top of that,
It wasn't fun. 3-year divorce.
and finally, as if all that wasn't enough,
I found out that I had degenerative disc disease. And when I was 28, my doctor said to me, "You're gonna have to have a fusion." And he said I'd be on disability.
instead Chesney chose something called inversion therapy. It worked, but Jaime Lynn Chesney needed a life reset.
"Jamie, why don't you fight again?"
One question that held all the answers for Chesney.
And I'm like, well, yeah, why not?
But this was so different.
She's just getting back into this.
If I get a turn.
But for Jaime Chesney, to quit is to fail.
I've always been like this.
I don't think there are a lot of girls, amateur, regionally, that have her level of stand-up prowess.
What struck me most about Jaime is her ability to really turn on the intensity when she wants to turn it on.
You're gonna have to spin to armbar.
She listens so well. You tell her to do it one time, you can tell that the wheels are turning, and her whole focus is listening to her coaches
Up like this.
and trying to hit it exactly how they tell her to hit it.
Hands out.
While a student of the fight game,
9,
Chesney has also become an
10.
instructor,
Good
teaching
job.
defensive fighting skills to children who are dealing with bullies.
I look forward to this more than just about anything else, other than time with my daughters, which they're normally here too.
Chesney continues to train for her next amateur fight and beyond.
The sky's the limit for her. I'm sure she's going to do fantastic on it, and she's a great person to represent the fight world.
Muhammad Ali once said, "Life is like a boxing match. Defeat is declared not when you fall, but when you refuse to stand again."
I have a lot to work on and a lot to learn. I'm just an amateur fighter.
Jaime Lynn Chesney has risen, and the lady just keeps on swinging.
I think that on our journey in life that we're all presented with some type of pain, whether it be physical, mental, or emotional. And through that suffering is when growth comes. In realizing where I've been to where I am now, it really makes me realize that I'm blessed.
Ross Godotti, KDKA TV News.